Hello and welcome. I am Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, and I've been wanting to make this video for ages, for weeks, for days, and I decided to go ahead and do this, and I'm doing it. Well, most times I have little notes or things that I refer to, so I make sure that I get my point across. But today I have no notes. I was going to do it outside, but I know how I am with the camera outside and the sun. So I just came in from sunning myself out in the backyard, kind of looking at my plants and doing those kinds of things. So the title, yes, the title is, Why Are You Afraid? Why are you in fear? Why are you allowing logic to leave? I've talked to so many people and they're in fear, and when I begin to talk logical about this temple of ours and how this temple is made, they try to make me feel this way, but I don't. I'm not afraid. And I'm in that group that is supposed to be afraid. That group that is more susceptible to illness and death. Then I turn around and I think about, okay, most of my friends are religious on some level. I'm not calling out any particular religion, but I'm thinking, if you can't wait to get to heaven, you sing the songs about getting to heaven, what are you afraid of? Yes, some love their life, some don't love their life. Some, you've got family and friends, and I go, but you're going to meet on the other side. So what are we afraid of? What is this big fear that we're dealing with? Now, I've got several videos, audios on fear and what it is. So hopefully somewhere around here I'll put the link to that near the end, to those fear ones. But fear isn't real. You feel it emotionally, you feel like it's real, but it's not real. There's been so many times that I was in fear of something, and then I went to the other side of it, and it was like, why was I afraid of that? By the way, this is Moses. This is my buddy Moses. And Moses is here because I don't have a dog, I don't have a cat, I don't have a turtle or a gerbil or chickens or cows or pigs or any kind of animal. So I said, everybody brings these. I was watching bariatric surgeon. Yeah, I watch those kind of videos. Bariatric surgeon, and his daughter comes in, and she's wearing some comic costume, and everybody thinks they're cute. So this is my cute. This is Moses. Anyway, so when you want to talk to something, you want to pretend you're talking to somebody. A lot of you talk to your dogs, your cats. Oh, I could put a plant in here. Well, there's a plant right there. Anyway, where was I? So being in fear. So as I began, at the beginning of this whole beer sickness thing, I was allowing myself to be carried in the fear, but not so much for me, but for my family. Thankfully, my daughter has a whole book on herbs. She said, well, let me go check the herbal book. as many of you already know, I'm looking at a holistic way. I've looked at improving my immune system, and I am on no meds. None. Zero. No high blood pressure medicine, no sugar, diabetes medicine, no statins, because I learned how my body works. Chemicals, we weren't created to put chemicals in our bodies. We weren't created to put something in our bodies. But we were created and given all the tools we needed to have our bodies work at its optimum. Now, I'm not going to say I'm at the height of health, but I'm healthy. I would say I had 5 more pounds to lose, but you can't lose weight in a certain area, right? I got skinny arms, I got skinny legs, but my weight is in my tummy. And that has been the hard part. But hopefully I lose 5 pounds there, gain some more muscle, working out in the yard, picking up 40-pound bags of dirt, whatever it is. But I don't have high insulin resistance. I know I have some. I know I have some allergies. But what I'm trying to say to you is, in all of this, nobody, well, the powers that be, are not talking about improving your immune system. A lot of you, because I bake my own bread. I still do bread. But I went to buy flour and the cornmeal and yeast, they're all off the shelves. But when I listen to people, they're baking pies and cakes and cinnamon rolls and donuts and pancakes and all those things that are high in sugar and carbohydrates. And when I learned that I could eat carbs, so I'm not devoid of carbs, but once I cut the amount of carbs I had, my weight just started peeling off. My blood pressure went down. I'll tell you something else about that. My blood pressure went down. My A1C number, which says how much sugar you got in your body, was in the normal range. I just changed what I ate, and I upped my supplementation. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I am not a scientist. I am not any of those things. But I am a person who began to say, I am a wonderfully made machine. And if I feed my machine what it needs, it will do what it's supposed to do. We've been living on this planet for thousands, millions of years. And inside of your body are tons of viruses, bacteria, parasites, all kinds of things in your gut. If your gut doesn't have all of you folks taking pre and probiotics, you're putting bugs in your stomach, because your body is a symbiotic animal that we need all of that. If we took a microscope on our skin, and I took a shower this morning, all right, so I washed some of it off, but over time, the microbes are going to come back. I was out in the yard playing in the dirt, which we need to do. We need to walk barefoot in the grass. And there are reasons for that, to ground ourselves. And some of you are going, okay, Bev, you've gone off on the deep end. Now, I think I shared it on my Facebook post. But Dr. Rimba, R-I-M-B-A, out of Atlanta, I loved her because she talked about how we are electrical. And somebody said, oh, you're getting woo-woo. No, I talk vibration, but we're electrical. How do you think they get EEGs and EKGs? How do they know that a person is dead? Because that they say you flatline. They're measuring the electricity in your body. The way your cells work inside of your body is an electrical movement transaction, reaction, protons, neurons, atoms, molecules, all those things. Your body is made up of all these things. So what the heck are you afraid of? Give your body what it needs. And that's what I was saying in all of this. Mainstream isn't talking about improving your immune system, but a lot of you I know that from my Facebook and from my group. When I post something that somebody says, yeah, I've upped my vitamin D to this amount. I take 5,000 IU a day, plus I get out in the sun. Even on a cloudy day, I get outside because there's still sun rays coming down to help build the real vitamin D. And I've said this previously, as an African American woman, 15 minutes is not enough. Because of the melanin in my skin, I need to be there a half an hour. Somebody darker than I, needs to be out longer. If you're Caucasian, 15 minutes is fine. No sunscreen is what I've been told. And I don't block the sun. I don't wear sunglasses because the sun going into your eyes helps you with your melanin. It helps you get your body clock on time. Get your immune system up. I truly believe I've been hit with the virus already. I've had some of the symptoms, but the minute I get symptoms, flu season, all the time, I immediately up my vitamin D, my C, what else is that I do? And I do colloidal silver, and so you can research colloidal silver yourself. It's been around for thousands of years as an antibiotic before the pharmaceutical companies created antibiotics. So I up those. And so when people all around me are getting sick and sick and sick, I'm going, okay, you can do what I do, or you can get sick and you can take your drugs, but I let my body heal me. I let my body take care of myself. I have a friend, and she was diagnosed. This is not a cure. I'm not giving recommendation. I'm just telling you what she told me, and I'm going to tell you, just listen to the whole story first, and you'll understand why I'm telling you this story. She was diagnosed with a form of cancer. I'm not going to say what kind. And she said her grandmother, her great aunt, told her, don't ever worry about it. Just drink tons of parsley tea. Get yourself parsley, just eat it, drink the tea, just do it. She was diagnosed with it. She said she OD'd on parsley, right? She went back, and the tumor had shrunk, and they said, okay, we're not going to do anything. She kept doing her parsley, plus eating healthy. And she believes that she healed herself. Now, there's other methods for healing yourself, but I'm just telling you this story. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because now she's so afraid and in fear of this beer, she wants to take the vaccine. And I go, you heal yourself. You know your body heals itself. Yeah, but I don't know. This thing is really terrible. I've got to take the vaccine. And I said, okay. I don't take the flu shot. Not taking the vaccine. If they say I can't travel, I guess I can't travel. There'll be a lot of us who are not taking the vaccine because we know our body is designed to create the antibodies and take care of ourselves. There's a lot of stories out there. There's a lot of doctors and nurses and people who are coming out and telling you the truth about what's going on. There was one set of doctors out of California, and they had an hour-long interview about what was actually going on and what the real numbers were. And basically they said this is no different than regular flu. It takes you out faster if you are immune compromised. But they're also saying there's things we can do that we're not allowed to do because of protocol. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But the other piece of that is this. It had over 3 million views on YouTube, and they took it down. YouTube took it off the air. Real doctors, real epidemiologists, people who know how the body works, know how viruses work, and know now that it's 80, 90 degrees, it kills the virus. Also, person sent me a video and said, there's all this virus in the meat packing plants and the thing, don't buy meat from these people. I said, we've been getting it in our food forever. The virus may be there, but so is E. coli, Staphylococcus, the norovirus. All of these are on our food. And all we have ever done is do what we normally do, is clean your food. With chicken, you always clean off the counter, and so you don't have cross-contamination with the salmonella, and you cook the food till it's done. You take it up. What? Beef is 145 degrees internal temperature. Chicken's 165. Ask me how I know. I took the food safety class, right? Taking for my pastry learning. But all I'm trying to tell you is this. Fear is not real. It's what you've been fed, and I want you to take your own logic and how your body works. And if you're super sick and you've got diabetes and high blood pressure, then I'm going to say yes. Shelter. Stay away. But while you're doing that, change your diet. Get off the sugar, lower your carbs. I'll recommend this one YouTube channel. It's Beat Diabetes. People on there are telling you all the time how they've changed their A1C from 14, which is ridiculous, down to 5. How their resting glucose numbers are down to 80. How they're off their blood pressure medicine. How they're off the statins. And there's another one called cholesterolcode.org or .com. And he tells you how cholesterol works. And there's no such thing as having too high cholesterol. I went to a low-carb diet. My cholesterol went up. But there's a physical reason why it went up, because it's transporting the lipids, or, scientific term, it's transporting the food to my cells. God did not put this stuff in your body for no reason. Your cholesterol increases because you're feeding it certain things. It decreases because you're feeding it certain things. You feed cholesterol your body tons of fat, and see what happens. Cholesterolcode.com, I think, if not, it's .org. Just Dave Feldman, Feldman. There are people who are telling you how your body works and getting you off of pills. Find yourself a naturopath doctor who understands how your body works. And I could go on, and I know I've jumped from one thing to another. But the main thing here is do not be in fear. You have control. As Will Smith says, fear is not real, danger is. And the danger is if you keep feeding yourself chemicals, if you keep not going in the sun and taking care of yourself, if you're not feeding your body correctly, the danger is you get taken out, not by this virus, but you get taken out by cancer, you'll get taken out by diabetes, you'll get taken out by heart disease. And it's all about how you take care of yourself, how you feed yourself. And it's not about calories in, calories out. It's not about that kind of energy. I could feed myself chocolate bars all day long and get my calories, but I would be dying and my sugar level would be high because all I'm doing is feeding it sugar. It's not getting the nutrients it needs. I feed myself the same amount of calories that I have using fruits and vegetables and small amount of protein, and I lose weight and I'm healthy. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, and you may or may not want to hit that thumbs up button, but I recommend you do. Share this. Have people do your research. Do your research on how viruses actually work. There are thousands and millions of viruses all over me right now. Some are good, some are not so good, but we survive. And yeah, the doctors that had their videos down, the numbers, the people aren't dying of this virus like they're telling you they are. They're classifying all kinds of deaths that if the person even think they have the virus, it has to go on the death certificate. And a friend of mine says, oh, they'll go back and fix them. I said, no, they're not. This is all designed to give us the high numbers. My next question before I leave is how many people have died from influenza A and B during this time frame? They can't tell you because they're lumping it all under one. The number of cancer deaths, heart attacks are going down as these numbers are going up. Anybody can work with statistics, you know that. Thumbs up, please subscribe. Check out my videos on fear and not being afraid and what you can do in order to take care of yourself. I've got some videos out there. I interviewed a doctor about reversing diabetes. I've talked about your health in many of my videos. Just kind of search through. You'll find them. But in the meantime, I'll put this one, where am I going to put this one? How to live to 125, because that is my intention, to live to 125. And I'm going to do all the things, and from time to time, I'm going to share those ideas with you. And as I find doctors or naturopaths or people who can help me and help you have a healthier life, then that will be under the playlist, How to Live to 125. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Good? Did I do good?